Hello, everyone, and welcome. It's Shanna. Now, today I'm going to be working with this not too shabby paper, this Love from Lizzie paper, and some scraps that I've got in my stash. I've got an A2 size card base. I'm going to get scored up. I'm going to bring in the scrapbook.com tag die that I've had for a while, and we're going to use the tag die and the reinforcer. And it's from scrapbook.com. I'm sure it's still available. And then I've got this sweet bird on a branch die set from Spellbinders that I have had for quite a long time. And the elements for the Craft Roulette parameters for this week were you had to have a tag, you had to have Disney colors, you needed to have an element of January, and then branches, or branching. So I'm going to have a tag here. I'm going to use this not too shabby watercolor paper. It kind of looks like the sky, and I'm going to die cut my tag out of it. I'm just going to use my Scout. I cut my paper down so it would fit on my Scout, and I could die cut my tag right out of it. So we'll get it laid down on here and die cut out. And that will take care of our tag element that we need for our card. And you can see it die cut out the little hole there, and then you've got that reinforcer there that you're going to use. Now I've got this Love from Lizzie specialty paper that is glitter, and I'm going to use it for my icy branch. So I'm going to have a branch on there that will meet the branch element. And this is going to be a winter scene in January. And so that's how we're going to be bringing in our January colors. We've kind of got the icy, snowy, wintry look to this. And that is certainly very much January in Indiana. So I've got my branch there that's just covered in ice and snow. I'm going to bring in this blue piece, and I'm going to use that for my tag reinforcer. And I'm going to do two birds that I'm going to die cut out in blue. And there are several birds in this set, and so I'm just trying to decide which two birds will work and will face in the right direction according to how I want to set them on that branch. So we'll get them laid down here on our Scout and run them through the die cutting machine, and then we'll have our little birds. So I've taken care of the tag, and I've taken care of the branch, and I've got my January cold color scheme going there. But I'm going to bring in my Disney colors with my Love from Lizzie paper. To me, that paper that I've got laying there just looks like Cinderella with her blonde hair and her pink dress and everything. And I think that's very much Disney. So I think I've met all of the elements for the parameters. And now we just need to get to assembling our card. And I realized I hadn't cut any little feet out for my birds, so I grabbed a piece of black scrap, and I mean, it was a scrap. I just barely had enough room to lay those two sets of legs down on there and get them die cut out. But I was able to get them completely die cut out with that little scrap, and then I can throw it away. So I've got two little sets of feet, and I'm going to lay them down there. I'm trying to keep each bird and their parts together so that I can get them assembled correctly. And now I'm just going to start to pull my card together. I've got this gorgeous feathery rainbow paper from Love from Lizzie. And I realized it wasn't cut down to A2 size, so I'm going to get it cut down to 5.5 by 4 1/4. And then we will get this laid down on our card base. And I've got some scraps there, so I can use some on the inside if I want to. So I'll get some glue for my glue press and get it laid down on there. And just try and get it lined up nice and neat. So I didn't catch much of the Craft Roulette show because Friday night we had pancakes, pajama, and painting at our church. And it was so much fun. I had a ball doing it. We painted a red barn in a winter scene, and it just turned out beautiful. It's amazing how you can start with nothing and just they can kind of talk you through it, and you can wind up coming up with a beautiful painting. You know, you don't really feel like I have a lot of painting skills, but it amazes me each time I do these painting classes. what I can come up with. Anyway, we had pancakes. The pastor's wife and daughter just made a whole bunch of pancakes. And she had some raspberry fruit topping for it, and some peach chopping for it, and some chocolate and syrup and whipped cream. And oh my goodness, it was so good. I just put it all on there, and it was really yummy. And then so we ate that, and then we had our painting class and was able to get that done. And it was really fun. And then we took a picture. Of course, we all had our pajamas on, and I had my slippers and my robe too. And so that was really fun. And we had a good time. It was a nice time of fellowship. Some of the ladies weren't able to make it due to the flu that's going around, and plus the threat of bad weather. They didn't want to get out. But we did have a good crowd, and it was fun. So enjoyed it. So I'm just going to get my branch laid down on here, and I'm going to work on my birds and get them situated. I die cut all of the bird out in just the blue. I did the bird, the feathers, and the breast of the bird. And I'm just figuring out, where each piece goes. And I'm actually going to add some color to it. I'm going to bring in one of my tri-blend markers and color it up just so we have some different colors on our bird. So I took my lightest purple, and it kind of made like a darker blue on it. And this is the breast of the bird. And then I'm going to take my mid-tone on the wing, and it will make it a little more purpley. And we'll have some kind of a colorful bird. Very simple, just trying to add a little bit of interest to our birds. And I'll color both of them exactly the same way. So I'm just going to use my tweezers, pick it up, and we'll get the wings laid down on the bird. And then we'll do the underbelly or the breast of the bird. And we've got purple and blue and pink and yellow in that pattern paper, so I thought it'd be okay to bring in some purple on the wings. And I've used that pink and white string, it's like a baker's twine, for my tag, so that I could bring in some pink elements. And that also came in the Love from Lizzie Let's Celebrate kit. I'm going to continue to work with that kit until I use it up. I love it. It's just fantastic. So I've got my other bird, and like I said, I'm just going to color it the exact same way, and we'll get that laid down. So that was Friday night, the pancakes, pajamas, and painting. And then Saturday night, we decided that with a storm coming, that maybe we should play games in case, it gets yucky and we can't get out or whatever, which we can always get out to go play games with my parents because they live next doors, but my sister is a little bit further down the road. So anyway, so we had enchiladas and played aggravation and had a good time. And we had tied I think the boys won the first game of aggravation, then the girls won the second, and then we had the tiebreaker, and the girls wound up winning. So we were pretty happy with that. And then my sister, on her way home, when she got home, she actually slipped in the driveway and fell on her knee and skinned her knee up. So she actually texted and sent a picture of her knee and said she'd fallen. So Pat was upset because he would have gone down and put ice, but we didn't realize it was in the street that she fell. So anyway, but so Saturday morning, it was Saturday night that we had that. Saturday morning, we actually picked her up and went. She had fallen on Friday night, I guess, after the painting is when she had fallen. And we picked her up on Saturday and took her out we did brunch, and that was fun. But then she did make the party, or the games Saturday night, so she was okay. But they immediately put ice. Her son, when she got in the house, he immediately put ice on it for her. So she's okay. But anyway, got to be careful with the nasty weather. So anyway, I'm going to get these birds laid down on this branch, and then we'll get it laid down on our card. And we've met all the elements, so we'll just add some, whatever extra we want to do on that. I'm actually going to bring in a bunch of sequins and put kind of like kind of make it like snowy on there. I'll do that at the end, but just to kind of add to that whole winter January weather scene. Boy, there's some noise outside. I don't know what that noise is. Our neighbors must be doing something. It's a little bit cold to be outside, but we're in the low teens, I think. So get this laid down on there, and I really need a sentiment. I am going to use some of these strips of paper for the inside because they're just real thin strips. Don't want to waste them, and I always like to bring a little extra jazz to the inside of my card. And my glue press is gumming up, so I'm going to have to use my pen to clear it out. And we'll just lay this down on the inside. And it'll add some pretty rainbow color to the inside of my card. I'm going to flip it over and stamp it with my personalized stamp. I don't get a real good stamping with it this time, but you can still tell what it is, so I'm okay with it. So we got that stamped down, and now we're going to need to add a sentiment to it. So I'm going to look in my stash and see what I've got. And I was thinking about that. I just had a new Spellbinders club kit. It was the Clear Stampin' Die of the Month. And I thought it had a smile that went with it that was all self-contained. And I thought, well, I could use that and just put smile on it. I think it would be well suited to this card. So I was trying to see if I could get this strip of paper through there. And it's really too wide. And I don't want to mess it up because it's good cardstock. So I'll just cut it down to enough that I can run my smile through the die cutting machine and get it die cut out. And you probably noticed I switched from that blue paper and decided to go with a purple. And I just thought the purple would pop a little bit more off that blue tag. So that's why I switched. I thought the blue might just kind of blend right in there. And I'm still in my Christmas jammies that I got for Christmas. Like I said, it was early Sunday morning and was just trying to get this cranked out because I knew I was going to be busy. I have family coming for lunch, and I also have the KCC Live in the evening. So I knew I was going to be very busy, and I just wanted to get this Craft Roulette card finished so that I could get it submitted and pull my card together on a video. So I'm just getting some glue laid down on here. We're going to lay this down. I'm going to put it right here on the tag, just kind of on the angle. And I kind of pushed it and squished it a little bit, so I had to put it back in place and clean off some glue there. And I've just got the smile on there, just trying to get it lined up real well. And it's quite a colorful card that you could use for just anything. You could send it to someone who's feeling down or who has the winter blues. That'd be a good one for this one. And I'm just going to bring in these Spellbinders opal gems. And they've got some teeny tiny pieces, and I'm chasing them across my desk. And I'm just going to add like several of them. So there'd kind of be like snowflakes coming down in this icy scene in the middle of January. Just tying that January element in. And I have submitted my card already. I submitted it before I did the voiceover for this. So it has been sent in. I keep hoping I'll win like one of those Trinity Stamps gift cards so that I can buy that sketchbook. I'd like to get that, the Craft Roulette sketchbook. I think it'd be nice to have, and just to kind of keep, a supply of card sketches in one contained area. I think that'd be really nice. So we'll lay several of these down, and they add some shine and sparkle to it, and that'll pretty much finish off our card. I think it's cute, and it definitely meets the parameters. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.